Hi guys, welcome back to my fake YouTube channel. For today's video, I have something very special prepared. I will be doing my makeup while I talk to you about stereotypes. As you can already see, I already started up with something because stereotypes is a very big topic that it's kind of hard to narrow down. So bear with me while I run you through all of this. In order for me to explain to you stereotypes from my point of view, I will be talking about culture, race and ethnicity, and even gender and sexuality, because I believe it's very important and it fits into my life and my experiences. So yeah, let's get started. Oh, and before I forget, this video is not sponsored, so if you see any brand of makeup, it was all bought by me with my own money. So yeah, still every single piece of makeup that I have over here, I highly recommend them. They're very good quality and good prices. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm gonna be talking about culture first. I come from South America, born and raised in Santiago de Chile. That's at the very south of South America, in the coast. And as you can see, I am a woman, so you can already imagine the amount of stereotypes I have faced by being a woman and also being Latina, right? Culture is everything to us in South America, right? Every single day we try very hard to maintain traditions, honor our land, and celebrate our people, right? And culture, in my experience, plays a huge role in who we are, like our self-identity. And yeah, that's culture. But like before that, before I tell you all this, I should have explained what is culture. Culture is the matrix of symbols, and these symbols, they have meaning. And this meaning is given through social interaction with others, right? So as I was saying, culture is kind of everything in South America, and it does take a huge part of who you are as a person. Ever since I came to Canada, I have been wondering a lot. I have questioned my values and norms because people here have different social values, right? Than the ones that I have back home. So how can I deal with that? It's kind of complicated, right? And every time I meet someone, they always ask me, like, where are you from? But before that, I can tell that they assume that I come from either Canada or the US, or perhaps a European country where the majority of people are white because of my skin tone. And making assumptions is not a good thing, right? I am white. My race is white, but my ethnicity is Latino. And that's the catch. People don't really know the difference between race and ethnicity. And race has a very controversial definition. To me, it's more about your race, your color, right? Meanwhile, ethnicity is the group of people that you grew up with, right? The social group of people that you grew up with in a geographic space. And race and ethnicity go hand by hand with culture, so that's why I mentioned them. And so when I came here, and people often like they ask me, like, where are you from, right? But like, you're white, are you sure you're Latina? I have received those type of comments, right? Because people think that being Latino is a race, but it is not. It's an ethnicity. And so I found myself in a very weird situation. Like, how can I show people that I am Latina without them like doubting me, like, no, you're not Latina because you're white, you're definitely something else, right? How can I show people where I come from, my past, my culture, my traditions? And so I found myself falling into stereotypes. What do I mean by this? I began to be super loud, right? I would be wearing clothing to showcase my body figure, because Latinas are known for their figures, right? They're known to be loud, they're known to be toxic and spicy. And yes, you may find a woman like that in South America, but that's not all of us. You shouldn't, and that's the thing with stereotypes. They put everyone into the same bag, and you shouldn't do that, because there are always exceptions. And so yeah, I found myself following and falling into the stereotype of being Latina, right? So I would do my makeup, I would wear very heavy lipstick, red lipstick, right? Eyeliner, a voluminous eyeliner, to enhance my gaze, right? And I would do that so that I could show people that I come from South America. And that's wrong, because I shouldn't base my value into other people's perception of me. The other topic that I want to cover is gender and sexuality. I mention this because throughout my whole life, I have hated being a woman. I hated being perceived as such because of all of the stereotypes that women have to go through, right? So on my early teenage years, I began to dress in a very tomboyish way, right? Because as I just said, I was against the idea of being a woman. I didn't like it. I didn't want people to know that I was one, right? And that's because I was heavily criticized for everything that I did, just because I was a girl. And that really pissed me off, right? And when I started to behave in a more manly way, my family hated that. They were like, why are you doing that? Why are you dressing this way? Why are you doing all of this, right? And that's because I was just angry at the fact that I was taught to hate being a woman. Society, the patriarchy, stereotypes taught me to hate who I am, to hate my own gender. And that had a lot of that had a very bad outcome, right? Because as I was living teenagehood, I realized that I really like the color pink, that I really like dresses, that I like being nice, that I like being a woman, that I like being perceived as one. But because I was taught my whole life to hate it, I was having a hard time to embrace my femininity, right? On top of it, I had the gender roles. Gender roles are a concept made by society that basically tell us that we need to behave and think depending on our gender. So as a woman, I should be submissive. I should be nice to everyone. I should be smiling. I should never show strong emotions like anger and all that, just because I'm a woman. And men, on the other hand, they can be expressionate. They are the ones that provide for us and all that, right? So yeah, I was just constantly being attacked from all angles, right? Like my family criticizing me, then society, I also had the patriarchy. I had so many responsibilities because I was a woman. I needed to take care of my younger siblings while I studied. I needed to cook and clean, be the housekeeper, basically, just because I was a woman. It's just too much. As a little girl, I didn't know what was going on, right? It was implied that I needed to do all those things because I am a woman. So that's how I developed this feeling of hate towards being a woman, right? But now that I'm older, now that I have started my adulthood, I realized that I really like all this. I like, as I was saying, I like being feminine. I like being, this fresh air, I like being a girl. I like girly things and all that. So yeah, to finish things up, I really hope that my point was being made. I really wanted to showcase how there's always two sides of the story. In the case of stereotypes, they're wrong because they're incomplete, but sometimes they hold truth in them. And that's why I decided to do this makeup look. As you can see, it's like this feminine side. She's pretty. She has long eyelashes, a good eyeliner, red lipsticks. She's beautiful. And this side, a little bit more masculine with a prominent eyebrow, more natural, right? No lipstick. She's beautiful as well, right? And as I was saying, even though stereotypes there are usually wrong and incomplete, and they leave the door open for violence to come in, right? Because people usually hang into stereotypes to judge other people. Sometimes those stereotypes hold a little bit of truth. So we should be open to deal with stereotypes. And I'm not defending stereotypes, right? And that's why I said at the very beginning that it is a very broad topic. I just wanted to talk about stereotypes in my life and how they affected me and how I overcome them by not caring about what people say and also finding peace in stereotypes. So that's all for this video. I really hope my point of view was clear enough. I tried my best. Big shout out to NYX Cosmetics for always being there with me, and also Maybelline for their amazing foundation, especially for oily skin. Really good. Then again, I recommend. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you on my next video. Have a great week. Bye bye.